2026 is a strange time for money. Some people are getting richer faster than ever before. Others are working more than ever, yet their money keeps losing value. Inflation, technology, and artificial intelligence are changing the rules of the game. So the big question today is simple. Where should you invest your money if you actually want it to grow? In this video, I'll show you the 5 best investments in 2026. Some of them are obvious, others might surprise you. But the number one investment on this list is something most people completely ignore. Let's get into it. Number 5. Index funds. Let's start with the most boring option, but at the same time, it's one of the most reliable investment strategies ever created. These are index funds. The idea behind index funds is very simple. Instead of trying to guess which single company will succeed, you invest in the entire market at once. For example, there is the S&P 500 index, which includes 500 of the largest companies in the United States. Some of these companies include Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Alphabet, Tesla. When the economy grows, these companies grow. And when these companies grow, the index grows too. Historically, the average return of the S&P 500 has been around 8 to 10% per year. At first, that might not sound very exciting, but this is where compound interest becomes powerful. Let's imagine you invest $100 every month. With an average return of 10% per year, after 10 years, you could have around $20,000. After 20 years, that could grow to around $75,000. And after 30 years, it could reach almost $200,000. And the best part? You don't need to actively trade. You don't need to analyze hundreds of companies. You simply invest regularly and let time do the work. In fact, legendary investor Warren Buffett has often said that index funds are the best option for most investors. Because instead of trying to beat the market, you simply own the market. Number 4. Artificial intelligence. The next investment is artificial intelligence. Right now, we are witnessing a technological shift that happens only once every few decades. Think about it. In the 1990s, it was the internet. In the 2000s, it was smartphones. In the 2010s, it was social media. And in the 2020s, the biggest revolution is AI. Companies are investing hundreds of billions of dollars into this technology. Some of the biggest players include Microsoft, Google, NVIDIA, OpenAI. Artificial intelligence is already transforming industries like marketing, software development, education, media, music, healthcare, finance. And we're still at the very beginning of this shift. Some analysts believe the AI market could reach trillions of dollars over the next decade. There are several ways to invest in this trend. The first option is investing in companies building AI infrastructure. For example, NVIDIA produces the chips used to train neural networks. Another option is investing in startups focused on AI. But there is also a third option. Instead of investing in AI companies, you can build products using AI. For example, AI tools, AI automation services, AI content creation, AI-powered businesses. Right now, many entrepreneurs are building entire companies using AI technology. And the most interesting part is this. The AI revolution is just getting started. Number 3. Cryptocurrency. Next on the list is cryptocurrency. This is probably one of the most controversial investment markets in the world. Some people believe crypto will become the future of finance. Others believe it's just a massive bubble. But one thing is undeniable. Cryptocurrency has already changed the financial world. The most famous example is Bitcoin. When Bitcoin first appeared, it was worth less than $1. Years later, it reached tens of thousands of dollars. Another major project is Ethereum. Ethereum introduced the idea of smart contracts. This technology made it possible to build entire ecosystems like DeFi platforms, NFT marketplaces, Web3 applications. But crypto comes with high volatility. Prices can sometimes drop by 50 to 80% during market crashes. That's why many experienced investors treat crypto as a small part of their portfolio. For example, 70% traditional investments, 20% growth assets, 10% cryptocurrency. This strategy allows investors to benefit from potential crypto growth while still protecting most of their capital. The key rule with crypto is simple. Only invest money you are prepared to hold for the long term. Number 2, real estate. Real estate has been one of the most popular investments for generations, and the reason is very simple. People will always need a place to live. As cities grow and populations increase, the demand for housing continues to rise. Real estate offers several powerful advantages. First, property values often increase over time. Second, real estate can generate passive income through rent. If you own an apartment or house and rent it out, it can produce income every month. Third, real estate is often considered a hedge against inflation. When inflation rises, property values and rent prices often rise as well. However, there is one major downside. The entry cost is high. Not everyone has hundreds of thousands of dollars to buy property. But new investment models are making real estate more accessible. For example, REIT funds, real estate crowdfunding, fractional property investing. These options allow people to invest in real estate with much smaller amounts of money, which makes real estate much more accessible than it used to be. Number 1, skills. And now we arrive at the most underrated investment in 2026. Most people think investing only means putting money into assets, stocks, crypto, real estate. But the truth is that the most valuable asset you can own is your ability to create value. A strong skill can generate income again and again. For example, video editing, graphic design, marketing, copywriting, programming, AI, automation. One valuable skill can generate thousands of dollars per month. And unlike many other investments, skills are something no one can take away from you. Markets can crash, stocks can fall, crypto can collapse. But your knowledge and abilities remain with you. If the economy changes, you can adapt. If new technologies appear, you can learn them. Many successful entrepreneurs actually started with just one skill. They turned that skill into freelancing an agency, a startup, or a digital business. And over time, that single skill created far more wealth than traditional investments. That's why in 2026, many experts believe the smartest strategy is combining financial investments with personal skill development. You invest money, but you also invest in your own growth. And that combination is what truly builds long-term wealth. Most people spend years searching for the perfect investment. But the truth is much simpler. The best strategy is a combination. Invest in the market. Invest in technology. Invest in emerging industries. And most importantly, invest in yourself. Because the people who win in the future aren't the ones who perfectly predict trends. They're the ones who are prepared for them. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing. And remember, the best investment is the one you start today.